And good morning. What's up, you guys? This is your resident guru. What's going on? Happy Thursday to you guys. We are in another episode of the Brothers of Legacy. We have an amazing topic for you guys today. AD made sure that we had an interesting topic. So I want you guys, I'm going to wait for a little bit for my crowd to get in here, and then we're going to get started. But today we're talking about, what are we talking about today? I got you right here. Hold on one second. I got you. All right. So we're talking about, can we support each other? Can we support each other's causes that we don't agree with, or do we contradict our own positions? That's the topic for today. If you have not yet, please go ahead and share the broadcast out. Yeah, this is what we were talking about today. Can you support what you don't agree with? Oh man, this might get a little stinky, but we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on in the morning. So make sure if you come in, make sure you share the broadcast. Make sure that you can share it on all platforms, and you can also share it via Messenger on Facebook. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? The Sports Call Lady, what's going on? Good morning to y'all. Y'all know you guys only see me twice a week now because of my work schedule, but I miss you guys. I really do. So let me roll that beautiful bean footage. Let me see if I can find it, because I tell you, AD got so much stuff back here. Boy, I don't know. I'm coming, I promise. Oh man, what a day. I hope you guys had a great week, y'all. I hope y'all did. But we're gonna be back with our topic in just a second.
I didn't want to catch that.
Morning.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition. Good morning. What's up, everybody?
All right, and we are back. Well, I am back for the moment in time. But I just wanted to come on again and reiterate the topic for today. The topic is going to be what I do with it. I just had it in my hand. There it is. Our topic today is, can you support what you don't agree with? So I want you guys to ponder that question, because it's a good question, right? Can you support something or someone that you don't agree with? So what I want to do before I even get to yakking, I want to wait for my cohorts to come on. I'm looking at AD's computer chair in the background here, so I know he's not back yet. I'm waiting on Mr. Ephraim and Pastor Brian to come through, and then we'll get it to it. But in the meantime, in between time, how are you guys' day? How is your week so far? Are you blessed? Are you happy? Is anything going on? Anything we can pray about? Any of that good stuff? Looks like AD is back in the building. So I'm waiting for him. And it looks like he's coming back up. All right. If my mouse is just doing whatever. There it is.
What up, everybody?
So yeah, you right on time, brother. I'm gonna lay
it off. All right. Hey, good morning.
I've already rolled the intro.
So you rolled the intro already?
Yeah.
Dang. Give me some time to talk. All right, let's see. Let's see. Did I put it up in here?
Yes.
Dang it, I did not. But it's all good.
What, a video?
Nah. We'll be talking about and breaking it down. All right. So welcome, you guys. Yeah. Can you support what you don't agree with? Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. And hey, good morning, Cheryl. Good day, busy week. Hopefully that's a good thing. Blessings, Lisa. Thank you for always sharing, and make sure you guys share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring.
It is.
And we're gonna dig into this in one moment. And if you've not joined our community, text brothers to 84576 so you can sign up. Got some emails I'm going to be sending out concerning some new stuff I'm working on. My brother's going to have an opportunity to see the prototype of it. And
I'm excited about that, man. I'm really
we're trying to do some big things. I'm excited. So excited.
I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and guess what?
I think I like it.
Yeah. I know y'all miss me when I ain't on here, but I miss y'all,
man.
that's for sure.
Let's see. Why am I hot? My temperature is risen. All right, let's go. All right. So
That's not good, bro.
can you support what you don't agree with?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Listen, you don't want to answer too fast because this one's about to get deep.
Oh.
About to get deep.
Yeah,
all right.
okay.
I was trying to hold out, wait for some of my brothers to come in.
Hey, Oko.
Hey, what's up, my friend? Thank you for rocking with us on Twitch. Make sure you follow, and I don't know if you can share to your community because I don't know all the Twitch features yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
So, all right. So, can you agree with? Can you support what you don't agree with? All right. So let's dig into it. Let's go light.
Let's
right.
go light. The boys get
go
in.
light.
Yeah.
So all right. Can you support all lives matter? Can you support all lives matter? Because all lives matter is not wrong. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, we can agree.
It's just hard to swallow because of how all lives matter was presented. Oh, he said, I'm following you, bro.
Yeah.
English isn't well, especially listening. All right, awesome. We'll do our best. We get a little ebonical, so you might have to look it up.
Yeah.
We get Cole going to drop some college PhD words, so you're going to have to look those up too. We do as well. We're trying to define them for you. Yeah. Also, real quick, while Terry is mulling that over.
Yeah, I got to mull that.
Listen, make sure you are following the podcast as well. Get an opportunity to hear us on the go. We might start dropping some extra stuff on the podcast, so please follow that. And I'll put that link in the.
How you doing?
Text that to my community. So make sure you're part of it. Text brothers to 84576. Hey, Mama McCory, great morning to you. Great morning to you. Thank you for always rocking with us and sharing, because she always shares out to everybody. I think she just be clicking because I get them too, and I'm good. I'm good with that. Yeah. I love it. So the first layer of it is, can you rock with all lives matter, or what would it take for you to be able to rock that hashtag? Because like I said, in the end, we know that's the truth, right? Like, all lives do matter.
Advice is about Twitch and YouTube. We'll get
if you could put it, we'll leave it. We'll rock it. Just send
an email. We'll do a topic on that.
That too. But so go ahead. What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. Because of the state of society as it's gone the last couple of days or so, I can't rock all lives matter, and here's why.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard the story. There was a young man who
I'm still here.
Kidnapped an 8-year-old girl, beat her up, bit off half her face. His case was dismissed because he was not able to stand trial. Gotcha. He was incompetent to stand trial, but yet they, in North Carolina, my home state, Lord Jesus, they arrested a 6-year-old boy for picking a tulip. Put him on trial. They had to give this baby a coloring book because he can't keep focus. He couldn't keep focus. He's 6.
Okay, gotcha.
So until that is rectified, you let one guy off because he was mentally incapable of standing trial.
Right.
This horrible atrocity that he's done to this little girl.
Right.
Let him off because he's incapable of standing trial. However, you arrest a 6-year-old child, put him on trial. I had to give that baby a coloring book because he couldn't keep focused. So until that is rectified, I can't rock all lives matter. I can't personally. And there's so many different cases of that across society, just like with the young man with the shooting in Boulder.
Right.
Come on, man. Until I can't. Not right now. I can't. Now, like we said the other day, the primary base is that our lives do matter. However, I can't rock the hashtag until Black Lives Matter too. TOO.
Wait. Say that last one. You said you can't rock.
I can't rock the hashtag until Black Lives Matter 2. TOO.
Okay.
That's just me.
I got you. But how? Okay, so, but it's a true statement. So why can't we rock it? It's a true statement. Why can't we rock it?
Because it's true to a degree. I get. Okay, I'm only going to speak from here.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
So, to me, it's
What's
true
up,
to
Good
a
morning.
degree. Hey, V. To me, it's truth to a degree.
There we
right?
go. Mr. Reparations in the building. All
That
right.
is reparations. What's up, boy? It's true to a degree.
Okay.
But I can't fully get into it, back it up, support it, do a TikTok about it, all that until Black Lives Matter too. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, it's true. But look at, I want people, if people would start, if our non-African American friends and non-people of color will understand that white privilege exists, then that's a start for me.
I mean, some do. Some do.
Some. See, right there, the fade.
You're never gonna let's keep. Can we keep 100?
Yeah, keep it.
We're never gonna get 100%. We're never gonna get 100% on anything.
Exactly. So I can't never 100% with support all lives matter.
I'm just saying though, like it's still a true statement. You know, I mean, I get the sentiment, but it's still a true statement. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and for everybody, like, I'm not really on team All Lives Matter pushing it, but what I'm doing and what I sent, like all my emails, I'm trying to open up the conversation because we are severely divided in this country. Severely, like,
I agree with
and that. I mean, and we know 45, right? That's his number, 45.
Yeah.
You know, pushed it. I mean, but it's been going like this for a long time. Let's keep it 100. He didn't start the fire.
You're right.
It was already burning.
The fire, no.
While the world was turning. So he didn't start the fire.
Hey, Willette. Oh my God, Willette. How you seen her?
Hey. But AD, you know, is masked, man. Like, you know, they're using the true statement to hide what they're really behind. You feel me?
Yeah.
That don't bother you? Like, the statement is just what I'm putting out there, is all I'm saying.
Do you truly feel that way, or this just how you feel? You know what I'm saying?
It's in response.
Mm-hmm.
So Black Lives Matter? Well, all lives matter. They're both true. Right. It's just a response. Right. I kind of would have felt you if they would have came out with it first. Like, hey, you know what? I just woke up this morning and want everybody to know. I just felt like all lives matter.
All lives matter.
Okay, cool.
If they would have beat you to the punch, like someone would have had the shirt on first, the hashtag all lives matter when something happened.
Then I would have been black people crazy for responding to, like, well, if all lives matter, black, you know, okay, it would have been funny. But, like, you know, it's just to dilute what the black people trying to say.
Right. Because all lives matter didn't come up until all the atrocities started happening and it all come to light. And then so, like, to Ephraim's point, and I back that 100% is because it was all in response to all of that. Because, you know, Black Lives Matter got so much publicity, so much press, and they had to do something because they didn't want to fade. It's no different than those folks not wanting the African Americans to actually overcome, because if we do, they'll realize that we have true power in this joint, and they don't want us to understand that. They don't want us to know that. So as long as they can keep us,
so who is they though? Who is they?
Them folks that don't like us.
The same day that's been oppressing you, man.
Yeah, the same.
Nobody oppress you, bro. Like, okay. I'm not saying they come to your house and like, today I'm going to oppress you. I don't want you to know. Just a little warning. It's going to get a little rough when you walk out of there in that black skin. It's not going to come that way.
I'm not going to get the text message like, hey, you don't want to go out the house today.
Stack, you know what I'm saying? Like, the same people that made us cry that Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Like the need to have a Black Lives Matter should just speak volumes. Like the fact that I have to tell you.
So basically, you telling AD to drive through Woodstock with a donk with some 28s and make it without getting pulled over.
See what happened.
That's the day he talking about.
Yeah.
See what happened.
So it's not negating those that have hate in their heart, regardless of who you are, what you look like. Mm-hmm. But okay, so let's say I'm really gonna sound like one of those them kind of folks, but we all have a white, at least a white associate that's like cool. Can we?
Ally. We call them allies.
We have one. So if said ally who's cool, right? Let's even rock like he won for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like he voted for Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like he's that dude. He's that dude. Like he's like, yo, you know, I love Bernie Sanders, right? Like let's just he there.
Uncle Bernie.
and or even or part of the Yang Gang 2024. So and he comes over to the crib, like comes to visit or whatever, hang out, and he got the All Lives Matter shirt on. Not MAGA. He got the All Lives Matter shirt on and rocking a hat, because I'm sure there's paraphernalia. Someone has made something some corner of the world. They make shirts of everything. Because if I was quick, I might have made one too. Like, hey, All Lives Matter.
Yeah, you better trademark it. You better trademark it. Make some money on it. Trademark it.
So, I mean, how would you feel about that? Like, you know, would it become a debate?
No, it'd be an issue.
Yeah, it would be an issue. Why would it be an issue?
Especially if it's
that's disrespect, because he's supposed to know me better than that, and he's supposed to know my plight better than that. I can understand somebody that I don't know, somebody who don't know me, somebody who may not live around black people, may not associate with black people because of demographics of where they live. For instance, when Terry was in, disrespect. When Terry was
coming on with #N don't matter.
I'm just saying, like when Terry was in Idaho, slightly different story, because their life don't revolve around involvement with black people on a daily basis. So some of them may be able to do it out of ignorance, and it may be a truth.
Yeah.
But if you my boy and you rock with me and you know me, you already know what it is. So when you do that, that's like a dude coming to your house hitting on your wife low key.
Oh man, that deep?
But okay, let's get away from the political statements, just them alone, right?
Right.
What about they come in rocking with the Gucci and stuff? You know, women with Gucci had the whole monkey blackface stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you sit here and boycott every brand or whatever that.
Right.
But I'm just saying it could be more than just that. It's the whole point of being aware. And after you're aware and you choose to rock Gucci with the monkeys and all that, okay, then that's the difference of opinion, because I can't control your opinion. But I'm with Dwayne. If you come around with that shirt and don't understand the full meaning of what's going on, I feel a bit of a way that you would be that naive, blind, whatever you want to say, to just bring that shirt around here just because
you can't be my boy and not know how I feel.
Yeah.
Okay, so quick pause. If you don't know where you're at, you're rocking with the Brothers of Legacy, where we're not about standing out. We're all about standing up. And my people in the comments, there are people here. Don't be shy. I know you got an opinion. I know you keep typing. You keep typing and deleting. Keep typing and deleting. Don't you?
I know. I know
you're in a space that I would say semi-safe. And why I say semi-safe? Because we're cool. We never attack, respectable, any kind of comments. Because we know everybody comes from a different perspective. And I say semi because you might say something and somebody else in the comments, I can't control their reaction.
There are some Peters in the crowd.
You might get cut. But feel free. Listen, real talk. Like I bring up a lot of these conversations. I'm not about controversy, and Terry knows that. Like, we don't really just jump on hot topics and talk about. I'm all about moving our community forward and having these conversations. Kind of open your mind. So if you have a thought and you might agree, like, you know what, and AD is like on point. All lives does matter. Go at it. Listen, so we can have this conversation, because a lot of our issues we don't talk. Right. Like I can't. It's because me and Sam, and honestly, a lot of these conversations come from me and Sam, and she lit my fire with this. Like you kind of tight face, but you're trying to come back. And she kind of was making sense, but I was like, I can't, and because I was with the All Lives, like the whole what you guys are saying, the whole All Lives Matter. I don't know, but the statement coming back and boom, boom, boom. So I'm just telling you my position as well. But we need to move forward. Like, so if someone came into your house. All right, they weren't rocking MAGA, right? And politics, and something came on TV, and we make the typical comment like, I can't stand that dude, Trump, right? And then someone that looked just like me, I came over your house. We all chilling, actually in the house, watching TV, watching whatever, watching a movie, and a commercial comes up, and I'm like, Trump has done some good things, and I lay out like 2 or 3 things, because let's keep it 100. Mm-hmm. President, even horrible people have done good at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he might point it like he jumped on the stimulus, so he did, just a few things. You know what I'm saying?
This the bigger issue. See, when you hit politics, you're gonna hit hot butts.
Right.
But what I'm saying, and you have a lot of different opinions in a lot of different ways. Of course, he probably did something well. I think Trump took care of truck drivers and considered them small businesses.
Right.
People ate. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of stuff if you put it paper for paper, right? But what I'm saying, okay, let's say you get Bubba Sparks, Eminem, widely accepted white people in the black community.
Right.
If they came in with them, what we call them things in the 90s? We had the big African medal and the whole
medallions
and all that.
Yeah.
If they came rocking that, why wouldn't that not be cool? It wouldn't be cool because you putting on something that you don't fully understand.
Yeah.
That's the issue. You got an All Lives Matter shirt. It's not that you gonna get us to say all lives don't matter. I just feel like to put that shirt on, you kind of not understanding the whole. You're not respecting the whole issue. It's bigger than just the statement on your shirt. You know that was a ploy to distract you from the fact that Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? So you got something on that you don't fully understand, and
I'm trying to bring.
I'm
trying to kumbaya this moment. I'm trying to kumbaya this moment.
That's the problem, though. But I think that's the problem.
Right.
Too much pacifying. I don't want nobody kumbaya with me who don't rock with me. If you don't rock with me, just don't rock with me.
I mean, like, I get it.
When you got snakes in your camp, you get bit because that's what snakes do.
But at the same time, I get that, but I'm not wrong for rocking my shirt.
You are if you don't believe it.
Uninformed. I think
remember, I'm the Bernie Sanders lover, like Barack Obama voter.
But that means
I've been rocking with you, like with George Floyd from every protest. Like, yo, son, this is whack.
That's why I'm gonna call you and talk to you about that shirt. Because you got too much going for you to be that informed about this shirt you wear.
I ain't gonna call you. I'm checking you on spot.
Yeah, that's just like saying you got that one black friend. No,
I'm cool. I ain't racist. I got two black friends. I got one. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm with it, bro. No, bro, you're not with it.
No, you're not with it.
Listen,
come on. Hey, Pastor Blaine, what's going on?
I love black people.
Morning.
I haven't got the All Lives Matter with the medallion.
With the now you're insulting.
Now you like now you a white version of a jigaboo.
Yeah.
Oh man,
you're killing me. All right, so Pastor, good morning, sir. How are you today, sir?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
Wonderful.
We in here.
Like you fired up this morning.
80 over here meddling.
And they go with that. I already know. All right,
there we go. Hold on. Let me read this comment.
Yeah,
she said, "I'm still trying to fully support Stop Asian Hate #Stop Asian Hate without having a conversation about how Asians have historically been racist and low-key terrorists towards Black people. A Love Story for Letitia on Netflix is a great example of this. Need to check that out.
Let me jump on this one too. Here's the problem. Most times, you can support anything and anything said to a degree.
Okay.
But there's always, if you got a river, there's always tributaries, and this is the problem. Some of the tributaries get more spotlight and more traffic than the actual river does. And this is what I mean. I lived in Korea for 3.5 years, well, 2.5 years, right? Mm-hmm. And my daughter's half Korean, right? Now, there are Asians who may feel that way. And most of what we see is examples of what propaganda actually does.
Right.
Because when I was in Korea, I saw Koreans treat Koreans who were mixed. I saw them treat them different.
Right.
And at the same time, I was in Arizona and I love Korean food. So there was this, I had a favorite Korean restaurant.
Right. And
when the owner saw that my daughter was Korean when I used to bring her in to eat with me, you know what happened?
What's that?
Her grandchildren were away. She treated my granddaughter like that was her blood granddaughter. She catered her birthday party. So there's pockets. When I saw the text this morning, can you support things that you don't believe in? The first thing that came to mind was if I blindly read or if I anonymously read a bunch of Hitler quotes, everybody on this stage was like, "Oh, yo, that's fire. Yeah, I can get with that." Right. But then you found out Hitler said it, and you know what comes with Hitler. You're like, And see, this is the problem with politics. Politicians say stuff that people like and agree with, that you can identify with. So just because you like Bernie Sanders, I don't like Bernie Sanders' politics. I like the fact that Bernie Sanders isn't a racist and he stands up for a lot of things that I believe in. But then there's parts of Bernie that I can't get with.
Right.
I don't like Trump's rhetoric, but like there's a handful of things that Trump does very well. So it's a whole body of work, and it's hard to dissect. And you do got to keep it a buck, because I wouldn't have a half Asian daughter if all Asians felt that way. So what we do is we jump on the stuff that gets glamorized and publicized, sometimes over publicized, and we don't see the part that is stuff that you really can't rock with. That's why you got to get to know people.
Can I say something on that real quick? And I hope I don't sound no kind of way.
This is good, brother.
Two problems with this Asian hate crime. Have Asians in America, especially Atlanta, been racist to black people who come in their store? Yes. My problem with it is this: why y'all keep going? Why y'all keep supporting it? There's a black shop, I think, over there by Pastor McCoy, a black-owned Pastor McCoy's church. Why y'all don't go to that one? If y'all got such a problem with how they treat you, how they act, why we still support them? My second problem is this: one ain't got nothing to do with the other. People lost their lives, man.
Yeah.
Why how racist they are got anything to do with anything right now? It's not like they lost their lives at a Ku Klux Klan meeting. It's not like they lost their lives. They got shot by a racist white guy who would come in and do the same thing. We saw thinking Mother Emanuel's church. It's the same. We victims, so we can identify with that. They come and shoot us up just like they shot them Asians up. Now how racist them Asians are, y'all can discuss that at another time. It's a loss of life.
Right, no doubt.
8 people lost their life.
Yes.
In a matter of 2 hours.
In a matter of 2 hours. The racism piece ain't got nothing. The victim shaming, it on the nasty side of town, all that kind of stuff ain't got nothing to do with this at this point. So how low key racist Asians are ain't got nothing to do. Now y'all can do that, and how y'all support. Now tomorrow, if y'all want to go out and not support them shops, that I'm fine with that, because they've been treating y'all wrong for a long time.
Right.
So let me throw this in, and then if Pastor, you got something to add, please have a chance at this.
Pastor, so patient.
Wouldn't we say, okay? So wouldn't we say the Black Lives Matter movement started not because we were just getting killed by police? It was started because we were getting ignored by the system when we got killed, right? We're talking about Trayvon Martin. We're talking about Tamir Rice. We're talking about Rodney King. We're talking about
that far back. Yeah. Right.
Like when the fire really started, honestly, to me, it seems like with Trayvon Martin, because it wasn't
way before that.
No, hear me out. Okay. I'm just saying, like, it really, like the movement really started with Trayvon Martin, and the mama had to get on social media. It was like, yo, this dude killed my son, yet they let him go. And he's been chilling, like he was, because that's what happened.
But let me just refocus. You remember Emmett Till?
Yeah, but no. The movement.
But what I'm saying, they
just gave it a name. They just gave it a name.
They've been killing black folk, but the movement started.
No. The movement started when we burnt the first city, and when we got the first race riot. That's when the movement started.
But what I'm saying, it
wasn't as high. I see what you're saying, though, but I'm saying you're talking like social media.
I'm just saying the only thing that's. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying the only thing that's changed from now to Emmett Till to the race riots of 1921, 18 Watts. The only thing that's changed is we've given it a name. Right. We've been so fed up and pissed off that's why we have race riots.
I'm just saying that was the moment that the term, Black Lives Matter really.
That's what he's saying. Black folk been getting monkey stomped for years. We with you. We just saying in this generation, this movement,
it just kind of like the Trayvon Martin was like, okay, that's enough. Like how is that even possible?
It's not a movement. It's just a term.
What I'm saying, it's a
movement, bro.
No, but the movement has been. Why do you think black people burning cities down? Because they was pissed off the same way when they killed Trayvon and there was no justice. Only difference between now and then is they gave it a name. Black Lives Matter. That's the only difference.
I'm just it became a slogan, became a statement. So that's so pause on that. And the reason I bring that up is because we hashtag Asian Lives Matter. They didn't get ignored. Now the what happened was a horrible. Like, it was just horrible. Like, I'm not covering it. I'm not quoting it. and then how they came out was crazy too, like how they spoke about the dude that did it. But yeah, right. But it wasn't. It's not I don't think it goes to them being ignored, because we have our statement because we've been ignored. You know. So, and I'm not taking away from what happened. I believe we stand behind them. Like, yo, terrorism is terrorism, right? So if that's the case, and I'm circling back almost, like, wouldn't all lives matter?
I don't see the connection.
I'm just saying.
I'm struggling with that too.
Okay, so we got the Asian, we got the Columbines, we got the
okay, 80. Don't get me wrong. The statement is correct. All lives matter. Did Christ not die for everybody? Yeah. I get it. You're not gonna get me to say a white person don't matter. I'm saying the necessity, the need for us to say, hey, we need to let y'all know that Black lives matter too. Right. You feel what I'm saying? It was birthed out of being ignored. Like, whites matter, they get ignored. They don't get ignored. You feel what I'm saying? They're gonna get justice. They're gonna get what they need.
If you cheat on your wife and you say, but hear me. If you cheat on your wife and you say, but baby, I love you. Right. Is that gonna be like? Is everything gonna be cool because you say I love you? Baby, it was a mistake.
True. That's what the saying. The statement's true.
Right,
right.
But everybody wants action.
Right.
That's the point. That's the point.
But she's gonna be mad at me. She's not gonna be mad at every husband.
But every husband cheats.
All of y'all dogs.
Yeah. Why am I getting all this attention? Anyway. All husbands cheat.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You never heard it.
Also, you a little mad.
I can't rob with that one. Oh, so Pastor, just for clarification, and everybody that's watching. The conversation, he said crickets and killing Asians is never okay. My statement was, can we have a conversation? Right.
Yeah.
So my thing is, like, it's and the shaping of this conversation is not just about all lives matter and accepting it. It's being able to agree with those that you don't, that some things you don't support, but will you try to get understanding of why somebody would believe it, you know, or because all lives matter is not wrong, just because I guess the timing has muddled the statement. Guys, can we agree on that? It's not really the statement itself; it's just the timing has muddled the statement.
No, the statement is true and it's not true. It's not timing because nobody ever. I don't think it's timing. If it's timing, then you can look back and see evidence why it's wrong, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is it's an historic problem and it's still a current problem. So although the statement in itself stands on its own too, and it's absolutely right. However, until people live out the meaning of that statement, I can't say that, baby, I'm a good man and I'm gonna do everything right and I love you and I say all the right things. And I know we don't want to talk about this, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. Derek Jackson on his video, I watched it with my wife. On the video, this man is the most contrite Christian I've ever seen now. But when I looked at every video from the past, you know what it was? This F-boy, this and this Negro, not Negro, that. And it's in a spotlight. So maybe he has changed. And if he has, I'm wrong. I apologize to you, brother, if you've had a meeting with Jesus and you've changed. However, the fruit is the problem. Jesus said that a tree is known by its fruit. So if you want me to buy into all lives matter, then your fruit better represent all lives mattering. And if your fruit doesn't represent all lives mattering, keep them little rotten figs you got. I don't want it, because what Jesus did when the fig didn't produce, he cursed it and it died. Even though it was a fig tree. It was a fig tree.
I think that the word is true. The word is
real. You gonna kill him, B? Are you saying kill Derek Johnson?
No, I didn't say that.
I'm dying
cheating us name Derek Jackson.
AD, listen to me. I'm dying to Brian right now.
Yeah. Well, so I'm gonna ask you, Pastor. Let me just ask a direct question that kind of lit some of the fire. So if you have a white friend, you probably have several white friends or at least associates, and say, matter of fact, let's say one of the white friends that you that have been rocking like George Floyd that haven't asked you, well, I need more detail. They knew like, yo, this is some bull. Why does this keep happening to your people? Like, what's going on? Like, who do I need to shoot or kill to help out this movement? So, you know, that friend. And he comes over with a hat and shirt that says hashtag All Lives Matter. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's
not a MAGA representative.
You said a whole lot.
Like I'm saying, that friend that's almost black, he just look white. like you know, if skin color was a race, you'd be like, we the same. You know.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is, your friend is not gonna say your people.
Come through here. Come on through here. No way.
All right, break it down.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, if I'm gonna call you my friend, then you're not going to categorize me by color.
Fruit.
That's real. My friend is not going to say I got a black friend.
Oh no, I mean he didn't say that. He never said that.
Right, but you said he's going to say, why does this keep happening to you? Why does this keep happening to you?
I apologize. I went in a little bit.
Yeah, because if somebody that I know intimately comes and does not have the same color skin as I have, and he asked me, why does this keep happening to your people?
All right. In your words and message, let's not. I want to get lost in the weeds. Okay, so
I'm saying. I'm responding, but the thing is, I'm responding to your question.
Right. Yes.
Right. Indeed. And so, in my response to your question, you know, I have to qualify my response by
what I've said.
Right, because you called it my friend.
I got you.
And I'm saying, stop, skirt. If it's my friend,
yes,
my friend who happens to be of another shade is not going to say your people.
Your people.
Okay.
Or that's going to be someone that I know, not necessarily my friend.
Right. I got you. You.
So we first have to recognize how we associate with people. And to your point, if someone comes to me that I know that knows me, that wants to, that can empathize with my situation, right? And they want to be a part of it, I have no issue with that. I have no issue with someone who's confused. I mean, I've had acquaintances that were confused about race relations. You know, I've told you guys a story of a person I worked with 20 years ago, and he actually said, I rented to colored people. And this was 20 years ago.
Right.
Like 20 years ago, we didn't call black folks colored people.
Right.
But he was ignorant. He was lacking information. You know, and so what I did was I educated him. Right. And I let him know, I'm like, you probably want to change your language, because I'm glad you said it to me, because in another life, in another season, in another realm, you'd have caught hands.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think every opportunity is an opportunity for education. I'm not going to shun you because of you're ignorant. I'll shun you because you're a dog. Right. If you're ignorant, then I'm going to try to educate you. Right. You know, remember what does Proverbs 18:24 say? Right. Proverbs 18:24. He that is to have friends, he that has friends must first show himself friendly. Mm-hmm. Right. And a friend sticks closer than a brother.
That's right.
So I think we have misunderstood the definition of friend. If I'm going to build a team of people, I'm going to build a team of people that I believe that won't change when the circumstances change.
Right. Makes sense.
Right. Otherwise, I don't consider you a teammate. You might be a comrade. Right. But there are a lot of comrades that are not teammates to me.
No doubt. I got you.
Right.
I got you. I'm with you.
Because you'll be on my team as long as we share a common enemy.
Right. Yeah.
But the minute you switch teams or switch jerseys, now you've become my enemy.
Yeah.
You got the Black Lives Matter. I can't. My All Lives Matter. I can't go to the protest.
Right.
All lives.
So when we think about this kind of stuff, we're talking about Asian relations and Muslims and blacks and whites and Muslim ain't even a color. That's a belief. That's a religion. You know, the question is, are you with me today because of this circumstance? And you won't be with me tomorrow when the circumstance changes.
Right. No
See, a lot of people, and that's why I say movement. You know, I Dwayne said earlier. He said tributary. For those who don't know, that's a small river that flows into a larger body of water. Right. In that sense, Dwayne was right. The movement started when they brought us from Africa.
Oh yeah. Yes, indeed.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
We on some. We got to go back to some Kunta Kinte stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
With the movement, with Black Lives Matter.
Right.
What you all are talking about is the tributary flowing into a larger, broader audience. And what you're saying is we hit a larger body of water recently with George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been flowing since we got off the boats.
Right.
All right. And today, honestly, I think it's more of a trend than it is anything.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all call it Black Lives Matter movement. I call it a trend. Why do I call it a trend?
But could it not be?
No one is on the streets today.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
Could it not be for their generation though?
It's not even. It hasn't even lasted long enough to be considered a generation.
But
You
we're
understand?
in it though.
Huh?
But we're in it.
Yeah, but guess what? You brought up the medallions in the 90s. How long did the medallions last?
Just the 90s.
Does anybody even remember what it represented?
All right. You said anybody living that represented it?
No, I said how. Listen, does anybody even remember what it represented?
Oh, I mean, I remember.
Black
Yeah.
Power.
I grew up in the 90s. I don't remember.
What you said, Malcolm?
Black Power.
Black Power. No,
I know it's a Back to Africa movement. Like it had a lot of the medallions had the Africa, the red, black, and the green.
Here's my point. Here's my point.
Yeah.
We'll all speculate on what we remember it to be.
Right.
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 But 30 years from now, people will say, "Hey, do you guys remember that BLM?" thing?"
You don't
You
think it's going to
understand?
last?
Listen, what I'm trying to say to you is, if there was 1 million people marching when George Floyd died, out of 1 million people, how many are actually working to change policy?
Right.
How many are actually working? What I'm saying to you is the streets were flooded
More people.
and then it dissipated.
Yes, indeed.
And now no one is on the streets except the people, the people who are on the team.
Right.
Can the same thing be said about the Black Panthers? Do you feel the same way? Was it too short lived?
What I'm trying to tell you is the Black. See, what y'all don't realize is it's not that you don't realize it. When I say you all, I'm talking about the understood you. If you go back to English class in high school, the understood it's a broader audience, not you for individuals. Right.
I'm with you.
What people don't realize is the Black Panther Party wasn't a movement.
Right.
It was a people. Right. This was a people trying to defend their community.
Yes. That's how it started out. Yes, indeed.
That's what it was. So if you want to talk about a movement, you have to understand what constitutes a movement, because a movement shifts things.
I got you.
So what has shifted? What I'm asking you, what has shifted?
So on a grading scale of a movement, you give them a what?
I think as far as
are you saying they're not effective?
There's been a lot of awareness and a lot of conversations.
LGBTQ was a movement. They shifted policy. They've changed laws. Everything has shifted.
You don't feel like there's not been any movement or policy changed since?
No,
I'm only
with the Black Lives Matter. People aren't responding to it, and like Pat said, we still in it. We still got to give them time.
You show me somebody who's been you show me a cop who's guilty since it started.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Okay. All right. Let's say I
listen to what I'm saying, but
what are y'all saying about the movement? Is
I mean,
it's pointless. They should get off the street. What is the final analysis?
No. Listen, hear me out. The question was, can you support what you don't agree with? Right. Then we went to the BLM movement, and I'm saying
that, you all that my whole point is the supporting what you don't agree with. I mean, I know we moved into the movement thing, but so that's my question to you. This was just a gentleman that's a friend of yours coming over the house with the All Lives Matter movement,
and my answer was I welcome it. I welcome it. If you're gonna help me shift this, it doesn't matter to me whether you are here for 100 days, 10 days, 1,000 days.
Right.
Help me because I recognize seasons change.
Right.
Just like moods change. Right. But I'm gonna take advantage of you while you're here because it helps my cause. It helps my case.
The grading scale for Black Lives Matter and the Black Panther Party are different. Is what y'all saying? I'm not saying they to the Black Panthers Party's level yet, but I'm just saying you grading them different. So the Black Panthers lasted longer, did more effective policy change.
Listen, the Black Panther Party were a party designed to defend their family and their community. They were willing to die.
Legacy-wise, we're talking about results. Are they any better than Black Lives Matter?
I mean,
according to what you said.
But see, to me, there's not a measurement of better or worse.
Yeah, that's
well, okay. If y'all can just give me some clarity, what do y'all feel about Black Lives Matter? In the final analysis,
it's not. But see, the thing is, it's not final.
I think it started. I feel like the whole Black Lives Matter, the movement, the organizations, and all of that. This whole thing has started a lot more conversations. I believe it was something that they could not ignore. Like, normally it just be business as usual. We'll be in our Black space talking about this, posting on our Black areas. But the fact that Walmart and companies had to say something, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me,
that's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm asking you what has moved. That's why I'm asking you, AD. Thank you. That's why I'm asking what has moved. Because my comment is not nothing has changed. I'm asking what has changed.
Yeah,
a movement moves things. What I'm saying to you all is half the folks in the BLM movement, I think some wanted the T-shirt.
Right.
They wanted to be on camera. They wanted to get out in the streets and shout. Right. But they didn't do anything else.
Right.
And see, and my whole thing about it is, first of all, I think BLM number one gets a bad rap because of what it is. And then versus what it is on paper, because you realize it's two different things. So, okay, so let me say this: when most people yells the "All Lives Matter," do you know why most people do you hear the answers that most of them, even if it's a bunch of hot air, right. When you say Black Lives Matter and you hear, well, they're a terrorist group along with Antifa,
right?
How many people heard that before?
Yeah,
how many people know? But and I get it, Pastor. But I'm just saying, like, here's let me finish this point real quick. The reason people say that is because of who helped found it and finance it, right? And that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't.
And it doesn't, and that's not why they say it. Because listen, antagonists.
I understand that, but here's what I'm saying though. Here's what I'm saying.
Okay, state your point. Then
hear me out.
No, I'm here.
When you get a rich white billionaire who's battling with other rich white billionaires in opposite spaces, right. And then you have this whole support group for President Trump who are anti-George Soros, we got hijacked. Our feelings got hijacked. Our pain got hijacked. Our anguish got hijacked. So it gives people a reason. This is why when you talk about the Black Panther Party, here's the difference. They looked at white people who they consider allies and said, it's cool. We appreciate what you're doing. But why don't y'all start a organization or a movement and y'all support us from that? We got this space. Us today, we have people with the finances that you need to organize and appeal for some parts of these movements,
right,
who really don't stand with us. They just stand against Trump. So we got comrades in our parties acting like brothers. And that's the problem. That's the problem with the BLM organization. Because there's a difference between the organization and the movement. The organization didn't start with Trayvon. Like I said, the organization started the first time we burned down the city because a brother got killed and hung in a tree and nothing happened. We got 126 riots in this country based on race that supports that. This one is there's a white guy who's anti anything that that former President Trump was doing, and now he's attached himself to our movement, to our organ, and it becomes one and the same.
Maybe but I think what you're talking about, you're talking about self-serving personalities, right? That's what you're talking about.
But how many of those existed in like the 60s that we allowed to exist in our organizations and in our movements?
Well, first and foremost, they existed then and they exist now. And they've always existed and they will always exist. Right. And the only problem is you don't know when you know.
Right.
Can I? So, I was gonna say, and you quoting names, man. You put names up there. Half the folks out there don't even know who George Soros is.
and that's part of the problem, right? There.
No, I mean, it matters.
It does matters.
No. The point I'm making is that George Soros is one person, one money bag. There are many Soroses out there, right? So what I'm saying is, there's too many of them to name just one. He's one. So we all know that there are people who pour money into ideas and positions and to get leverage. That's how you get into politics altogether, right? And so what I'm saying is, if we're going to have this conversation is about enlightening individuals. I think most of us know money pushes and money moves things. Money moves agendas, right? So I think it's important to understand that there will always be foxes in the line. Always. They're always going to exist, right? But the question is, how much do they deter or distract from the goal? Remember, when BLM was out there were people who were wearing black T-shirts and masks that were burning down buildings that did not represent the movement. Right. Those people are always going to be there. Always.
They were paid by the organization.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is,
trying to say something.
I just want to jump in here real quick. I want to say something way back when we were talking about the comparison between BLM and the Black Panther Party, and we were talking about the pastor's point about BLM being trendy and all that. When we look back on BLM 10 years from now, it's going to be like Barry Bonds' home run record. It's going to have a big old asterisk beside it because of what. With Antifa and everything surrounding BLM. And so to me, I'm a supporter of the movement, but I agree with Pastor and it's trendy. I mean, there's nobody in these streets, and we're talking about comparison to the Black Panther Party. The folks in the Black Panther Party was willing to die for this.
Many of them.
There's nobody in this. I
believe that
remember that. Go ahead, Eddie. I'm sorry.
I believe they're different fights, right? To me, they're different fights. Black Panther Party, they were protecting. So, if I'm surrounding Pastor, I'm putting my life out there. That's the moment. And these guys, not to say they weren't older, but the young guys, they would I'm ready to die for this. I'm tired of the way things look. I'm tired of the way the cops are treating us. And I'm sure they, that they may not have showed, but I'm sure they sat down and was like, we have to be prepared to die for this. We got to have that mindset. Really put all of who we are into this.
You said protect. Please don't confuse protect with defense, though, because just because they was protecting, they still went on the offensive.
Right. I mean, but they were still, but they were prepared, to really get in this fight. Whereas BLM is to me,
we just want to be heard.
It's more of an awareness moment. It's I'm sick of not being, no one knows. Y'all keep ignoring us. They showed, what was his name? Jesus. He got shot in the middle of the street by the cops in say again? Michael Brown. Right. And they showed, and his body was laying out there. It had social media was like, he's still laying out there. Why they treat, so it kind of was brewing. This is just brewing. And listen, Dwayne, I know it's been forever, but it's like social media. It's kind of like with Rodney King, those that live there, this happens all the time. The first time we had an opportunity to actually see it, Like, yo, you know, this is what NWA has been talking about, you know, forever. You know, so fast forward to now, like with social media, and everybody got a camera. Like literally, every child has a camera. You know, so nothing gets missed. So it just sped everything up. It's like the images, the constant images. Like we talked about some weeks ago about the constant images, seeing it on CNN, seeing it on Fox. Is like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. And every week someone else is getting killed. So it built the movement as far as Black Lives Matter. Let's get out there. Let's show our face. Let's put the hats on. Let's put the shirts on. Let's show them that, yo, this matters. This matters. And it's kind of like, honestly, even wearing the shirts became kind of part of the protest, like going into places. You know, people getting into arguments. They got to, what does that mean? You know, let me
ask you this one question.
And then I'm going to show with something to chew on. And I guess we're going to roll into Friday.
When you brought up all the corporations that's involved now, and greatly in part it is because of social media. It's the same reason that
they had to speak up. They had to say something. They couldn't ignore it.
Right, but here's my question to you.
Yes, indeed.
Did they do it because they was protecting their pocket, or did they do it because they were standing with us?
Oh no, they don't care about us.
But what matter?
I don't care. Like my thing is,
how does it matter?
I see your point, but in reference to them getting what they want,
this is how it matters.
Right.
If they put out a couple $1 million worth of commercials, and the same thing happens next month, next year, 5 years from now, did it matter that they put out a commercial? No. If it really mattered to them, they take that money and they put it in some lobbyists' pockets and they make some political change, some legislative changes. If you want me to,
but that's on us for having. We need to come to them with an agenda. Like, where are we going to put the money at?
Because
I'm not the smartest dude, and I'm not the smartest crayon in the box. I'm pretty sure there's somebody a whole lot smarter than me. Hey, can we push this? I mean,
it's a start. Like I'm saying, like you take. Are you saying that's a bad look? If you're not coming with it for real, don't give me your money. Don't make any response.
It's a bad look. I'm saying the intent. I'm talking about the heart of the matter.
It's a start. I'm with you though, bro. I wish that we had people who were really committed to the cause and really want to do. But like, man, they are a for-profit company. They trying to make their money and they try to protect that.
And that's the only thing they care about. Is all I'm saying. If you really cared about us,
would you take the money?
I mean, you talking about me personally?
Yes, sir.
If I was organization and group, hold on, wait. I'm just saying. You talking about me as an organization?
I want to stop you. Time out. First of all, this is not a campaign. The reality is the answer is yes. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what anybody else says. And I'm saying to you right now, it's okay that the answer is yes. Right. Because I would too. Yeah. Right, because capitalism is capitalism, and we're all trying to get paid. And if there's an opportunity to get paid, you get paid. The question is, are you going to get paid off the degradation or the defeat of somebody else being put down? No, if you're taking advantage of an opportunity, that's just capitalism. And so what I'm saying is, we don't have to skirt around it. The answer is yes, because that answer would be yes for all of us.
We didn't say you got to sell out. We didn't say you just get money.
But here's the thing. The point that but here's the thing, because Dwayne, I want to go back to something you said a minute ago, because we talk about, what's a movement, we talk about what's a trend, and I'm saying that for a lot of people, the movement is not a movement, it's a trend, and that's why I say a lot of people were a part of it when the cameras were on, and when the cameras get turned off, they go back to their regular lives, right? But I'm saying but there are a group of people that are part of a movement, right? Does anybody know who Leslie McSpadden is?
Who? No.
Leslie McSpadden. Mm-mm. Right? And what the reason I say that is because y'all been talking around her for 10 minutes.
Right.
You brought up Michael Brown.
Right.
Who got shot in the street. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? That's his mother's name.
Wow.
Right? And she is still fighting today.
Right.
You understand? She ran for political office. She ran for city council.
Right.
Right? She's done all, and she's still speaking on a national level. There are people moving with her to help push this message and all of that. And this is my point. My point is we see what happens on camera.
Right.
And we call it trending, but we miss the movement part of it.
Right. Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is, too many of people who look like us are following the trend also. So if we're gonna, I think the young lady, I think it was Willette Hart, who talked earlier about having the conversation about stop Asian hate, and her question was, can we have the conversation? Right there, it is. Can we have a conversation? And her point was, can we have a conversation? Can I support stop Asian hate and not talk about Asians being racist against Black people?
Right.
And AB, it goes back to your question. Can you support something that you don't agree with?
Right.
Because we find it hard to look at, to see the support from the Asian community.
Right.
But guess what? There were Asian people. There were people in America that were Asian wearing Black Lives Matter, and they were out on the streets.
Yeah.
And in Asia, they were on the streets, marching, chanting Black Lives Matter, shouting, "I can't breathe." So there were many Asians support, but we don't see that part. We live in our little bubbles, and we have these small level conversations. And what I'm saying is, going back to Dwayne's point earlier, never forget the tributary. The goal is for us, each of us, to be a tributary, to take a message in from a small body into a larger body. And when we talk about, thank you, Cheryl. You talked about the people that might be in the group, or someone says all lives matter, the debate over all lives matter versus Black Lives Matter. It is timing, because when I say Black Lives Matter and you take that moment to say all lives matter, right now you're taking away from the movement, you're taking away from the message that we're trying to share, and you're not part of my team.
Yeah.
Okay,
and,
so let me.
And it's masked behind a true statement.
Let me throw this out there, then we're gonna get out of here.
Is Terry low key flexing right now?
Yeah, he's flexing. He's showing the guns. It's the gun show. It's the gun show.
I'm 45.
You done changed in St. Louis, bro. I'm telling you.
All right,
I don't like the new you.
Can you deal with a white pride shirt like we have a black pride shirt?
No,
absolutely.
Why? Oh man, you gotta leave E.
Yeah, man. Because white
power.
No,
you got to claim.
White power mean that it comes too much come with that. You oppressing me with your white power. My black power just mean I want to feed my kids. Your white power means that we should wipe the earth of Black folk. You know, clear up this DNA, all this 1%, all this. Like you got a whole.
Do you think it's more? I mean, does it? Is that just your perception of it? I mean,
no, that's what they trying to do, man.
Did you ask? Listen,
bro, they will redline me. They will kill me. Would
you be willing to ask Bob that got the white pride shirt on?
Well, see, that question is, it's just like asking this question about, we have Black History Month. Is it the same as White History Month?
Right.
No. Me personally, I can't deal with white pride t-shirt. I'm gonna be honest. No.
It's historically what that shirt represents. Yeah, historically, what that shirt represents is the same thing that's been occurring in this country since the beginning.
Yeah.
So we kind of know what that means. So
because we always dig into what we perceive as something meaning. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that that's true. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I know this is deep, but I'm saying I know we dig into the history of what we think something means. But just because I just have pride in my people. Like I have pride in my people. I'm just right.
Those are the answers that the young people give now. If you ask their daddy, but if you ask their daddy what that shirt mean, they'll tell you something different.
Yeah,
but I mean, I as a young guy, like I don't hate you guys. I love my people.
That's because he still want to hang out and be in the culture that you in. But if you ask his daddy what that same shirt means,
no,
because he still want to listen to Migos. He still want to listen to Kodak.
Right. Yeah. So I mean,
I think the difference, AD, is that white people in America have never been oppressed.
Never.
Ever.
So
white men feel like
all we've ever seen, all we've ever experienced is white pride. All you have to do is open up the dictionary and look at the definition of white
or a school book.
And there's a difference between feel and historical facts. You can feel away all you want,
Come with it, Will it? Are you rocking on with me in my box? Come with it. I love it.
Yeah, Will it?
Come with it. Oh, how about all lives matter, including people of varying colors?
Okay, first of all, Cheryl, I love that, but that is
all lives matter, including people of varying colors.
That is
all lives matter too. Black lives matter too. Yeah.
No, I need to let Willette know that sometimes we have to play to the level of the competition, but you got to realize brothers on here know how to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. The Irish and Jews have never been oppressed in America. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Listen, but here's the thing. You forget, Ashley, they've been oppressed by each other.
Right.
And we're talking about relative too. We're talking about relative because that same Irish immigrant in New York, he still was treated better than the black man.
Yeah, and those Irish and Jewish people would team up to jump on black folks.
That is true. That is true.
Ain't that right? New York City.
I can't deny that one. I can't deny that.
Because I remember reading in history books where Italians used to be called the black people or the Negroes of the white race.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they formed the mafia. Because they had to protect themselves, and then they became the biggest criminal element in this country.
Right.
Wearing suit and ties, but they won't thugs.
Right.
You know what I support, AD?
What's that?
Sensible gun control. I support that. 100%.
Nope.
Sensible gun control.
You're not taking my gun.
I'd like to know. Listen, if you run up for office, please help me understand. Give me details about that campaign, man.
Here's the deal.
What is sensible? Sensible gun control begins with the person who owns the gun.
Okay. And I totally understand that. Now, I'm not talking about guns. I'm talking about banning a certain rifle. Just one. AR-15. You want to know why? Because in every mass shooting that's been in this country, it's been done by AR-15.
Yeah, but guess what? So you're telling me I got to get rid of my AR-15?
What in the world do you need an AR-15?
I'm coming for it. Please
what is that?
Put it outside.
Well, can I educate you a little bit?
Please, because somebody can tell me that.
AR-15 is no different than single shot hunting rifles that you have because they have the same caliber weapon that shoots the same round. That you just gotta boom, 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 boom. It's all about the capacity, and just because a person is a little demented and twisted, don't mean that. Like, I'm gonna go back to this statement that everybody, guns don't kill people. Stupid people with guns kill people.
Right.
Stop selling to these stupid people. And we all know who shooting up people in mass shootings with AR-15. So be sensible about that part.
Who's doing that? So I mean, I believe that
the AR-15. That's my.
Let me ask y'all this then, because I know I got two gun people on here.
You're gonna have to peel my AR-15 from my cold dead hand.
I second what he said.
Now you talking about supporting something I don't agree with? I would support that because of my brothers, but at the same time,
what about what if
he said?
What if gun? I know this having it in the Constitution has just made it a mess. But what if getting a gun was like getting a driver's license? Like you had to go through a process.
It is, ain't it?
No.
Not for the rifle. Okay, you're right.
No.
In some places,
go to gun shows. No.
Some places are easier than others, but no.
It should be. I believe it should be a federal system. Like it should be like getting a license. It should be.
Well, I think everyone. Yeah. If I agree that it would be better for me.
Yeah.
That
references, right?
It would be better for me that everybody goes through the federal database.
Yeah,
but that does not identify crazy. That only identifies found guilty. right?
Yeah, found it right.
But I still would feel more comfortable. You know, when I got my carry license, it took over a month for me to get approved, right?
Okay.
Because they had to go through the whole, background, and it was a federal background check. So I think that it should at least be to that extent, even to own a weapon.
Right.
If you're willing to go through that to get a weapon, then I believe that I think it'll rule out a whole lot of nonsense. It won't destroy, it won't take away everything, but I think there'll be a greater level of mitigation with the crazies, because people are not going to want to go to that extent because they're just too lazy. Right.
Yeah,
so I would agree with that, but I don't think you can ever a federal background check is not going to weed out someone with a mental with mental incapacity. That's what I feel. Because it's a ticking time bomb. Like they said, the guy who just did this shooting, he bought that weapon 6 days before he fired it.
Right.
Wow. So that's always going to happen. So I think it's another layer of mitigation, and I would completely agree that there has to be more extensive checks before people can go buy weapons.
Right.
Certain states you can just go buy it and they don't even do a background check.
Right. I agree with
Arizona. You can buy a gun in 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
15 minutes. You walking out the store with gun and
we need
ammo.
to go to Chris Crock policy. He said charge like $1,000 a bullet.
Can I make a racist statement? Not a racist statement. A statement to show how far behind we actually are. Black people will be the majority of black people will be the people without bullets, because there are white people out here making their own.
Yeah. I mean, I think we talked about this before, Dwayne. Yeah. We talked about this like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That if something was to jump off in America, if there was a civil uprising in America, people don't understand. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank or how much money you have in your house. Currency will be ammunition.
Right.
And here's why. If I have bullets and you don't, and you have food and I don't,
I now have food.
I have food. And you don't.
You're room temperature.
You're going to T.I.'s house.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna get out of here.
Let's sip that tea, AD. Let's sip that tea.
Hey,
he's down the road.
So, hey.
Oh, wait a minute. She got a new hairdo.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. He's down here.
She got a new hairdo. I like that.
Oh, is that?
She switched it up. Okay. Okay. Hey, look, you need to let it grow about another 6 inches, then cut it off and give some to your pops. I love you, sir.
I got plenty of hair.
See, we got the same idea. That's why I grow a hair now.
Oh man, the place you went to eat yesterday. Oh yeah. Oh, the place we went. Yeah, man. It was. Shout out to, I can't remember the name. I put it on my post, but it was a black owned place. It was fabulous. Fabulous. It was dope.
Everything was good.
Man, let me tell you something. Quick plug for if you follow me on Facebook, definitely check it out. Was it Cole said last year we went through Closing Society Down? I was stuck with many white people who armed to the teeth. When they went protesting, that was straight up Armageddon advertising. Nice. He said Shirley Baker. Oh, great conversation. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you join and text so you can get the notifications with that joke at. Bam! Join the community. Text brothers to 84576. Hey, Kita. Let's see. Raising your hand.
Yeah.
What we need?
Can I throw in a plug?
Nope. All right. So anyway, no, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
He ain't throw his plug yet.
Go ahead.
Man. Okay. So right here, this right here. If you guys follow the Knucklehead Chronicles, if you haven't yet, please join me Sunday. Sunday's gonna be special because I'm talking about fatherhood on Sunday.
Right.
And I am interviewing my daughters, my 2 daughters,
his grown daughters.
We're gonna talk.
Right.
We're gonna talk about my absence from their life and how it affected them. That's a conversation on Sunday. So if y'all don't mind, come through, say hey.
Awesome. Yeah. Appreciate you, Mama Corey. Yes, come through. Watch grown daughters, big daughters. They're gonna
Big girls.
spill all the tea.
One's pregnant, so I hope she don't get too emotional on me.
Oh boy, she got the
yes, indeed. Well, enjoy your day.
Ooh.
Yeah, it will be tears and maybe blood.
So, coming soon, and my brothers are going to get a peek of it in this production. Legacy World coming soon.
You hear that? Legacy World. So that just rolls off the tongue, right, bro?
Just let that marinate. So you got to text our community 84576. Make sure you sign up, and I get your email, because when we open up, you have an opportunity to check it out. You're like, what is it? You'll find out then. Let's see. He said, "Wow, Terry, you really going for the fields that with that episode, right?
We have to go
text number. It's if you see it right there scrolling at the bottom, text brothers to 84576. Text brothers to 84576, and that is it.
Can you say Legacy World one more time? Because it just rolls off the tongue.
It rolls off. Legacy World.
Legacy.
Legacy drops.
I'm about to call you Mufasa.
All right. So we appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Friday, Freestyle Friday. Not sure what we're gonna do. It's just it's Freestyle Friday, so anything can happen. Yeah, that's it. That's all. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. All right. So always know that we love you. God loves you more. God loves you more. Stay safe. Stay smart, and keep doing what you need to do. Keep praying. Keep praying. Keep praying. And keep praying. Know that God got you, and He's watching over you while I'm watching for this outro. I can't find it. I think I've deleted some stuff.
Man should always pray. All types of supplication.
Yes, indeed. Well,
and when you stand, and then all you can do to stand, be that stand fast.
I didn't want to catch that. Good morning. Welcome to another. Good morning.